I wonder how long it is until Chat GPT starts returning product placements in its responses.
It
Um,
does,
I've
kinda.
never had that. I mean, I don't know if that's just on the free one or what, but like paid responses directly from
Oh,
ChatGPT or whatever,
I haven't
right?
seen paid
If this is
responses.
the new interface to anything we're doing, people are going to start paying for placement in those responses.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, because people, once Google became a thing, people started paying to be the top results.
Yeah.
And luckily, like there is still some skill needed right now, at least in copywriting and stuff to make that work. But whenever it's just like, I'm willing to pay this much per customer, it won't matter. Whoever can spend the most will win, which is almost how advertising is now, but you still have to have some
You have to have
stuff.
something to back it up. Yeah.
I was trying to look for an old prompt where GPT was suggesting products. I was thinking something
Mhm.
different, but it was giving me almost a shopping experience, which it's great. My company, my side company, like pays for GPT and all that, so we use it heavily. We have all this stuff that it can provide for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have
Really
you
useful.
heard? Yeah, have you seen? Speaking of MCP, have you seen all this stuff around like the custom GPTs and how they're connecting with other apps? So HubSpot is a really good example. They have a landing page builder
Okay.
where I'll give it my product and it'll prompt me for, tell me more about it to get good copy. And then it says, do you give me permission to send this to HubSpot? And then like literally in 3 seconds, it gives you a link to that website based on all the prompts you gave it and what it knows. And then
Yeah. That's really
Veed.io
nice.
has one where it's like AI video. It's very cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only dabbled with like the custom GPTs,
Hmm.
um, and the different services that it can connect to. One of our guys was just playing around with it a few weeks ago, and he built I think this is a custom GPT that would help you decide what's for dinner
Hmm.
and just shared that out. So that was kind of cool, right? It was set up so that this instance or whatever this was, this GPT, its sole purpose was to just figure out what was for dinner for a group of people,
Yeah.
come up with a shopping list and all that stuff. So I could certainly see that
Yeah.
happen often.
Yeah. It's good. It's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into
Yeah.
yeah, building a business and a product. I had this question pop up for me, like in your opinion or in your experience, like what goes into a good software product idea or a good product idea in general, if you want to get outside of software.
Well, the obvious things is having something that's distributable, some path to distribution. That's super key. We're focusing on things that like fit into some niche. There are too many big players who focus on very broad things, and it's hard to compete with them in the
Yeah.
those broad systems. But if you can find a small niche that you can write a very tailored application to, and there's not a lot of competition, then it's almost a no-brainer if you have a way to distribute it to those people.
Yeah.
So yeah, Matt came up with, I think it's a 5 point kind of scorecard grading system for any product idea that we can run it through. And it's a definite go for it. It's maybe you should do a little more research, or it's a no, this is probably too saturated, too risky.
Mm.
And some of the big weights are just competition in the market, path of distribution. Is it specific? Does it fit a niche? Does it actually solve a need that's not being solved already? But on the flip side, I've also learned that if you have something that's fairly generic and maybe it's not unique, if you just get it in front of people, they will have interest in it.
Yeah.
Now, again, my experience was I had a lot of interest. I never took the time to close any of those deals, but just gauging on how many people wanted to talk, how many people expressed some interest in the product, if I would have followed up. Again, it's a generic, it's a time clock system. There's dozens out there they could have gone with, but I was one they were talking to, and I could have sold that.
Mm.
So if you have something, as long as you have a great path to get it out there and to sell it and to close those deals, I think you can sell anything.
What are you most excited about right now?
Well, some of the products that we're building, and it's all AI, not all AI, but the things I'm really excited about are very AI focused. I just see we could do so much right now with our tools, and even the things that a couple years ago, features in the system that would have been very difficult to implement now could probably be done in a couple days, just because of AI can actually facilitate that feature itself. One
Mm,
example, I was building the scheduling component in TimeClock now. One of the things that was on the wish list was for some automated process when somebody calls off work, maybe at 5 in the morning, we need to find somebody to replace them.
yeah.
They can try these people and then try these people, try these people. That would have been a lot harder to solve 2 to 3 years ago than it would be today.
Mm,
That's just, you have some tools that an LLM can call and get information from, and it could probably just facilitate that whole experience, the whole workflow.
yeah.
So that type of stuff is really exciting. The stuff that couldn't do 3 years ago. It's an afternoon right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I have a client who has sells affiliate products. One of his many avenues of income is affiliate products, and he has like five main affiliates, and it's really like hard to remember how do you link to all those. It's like one wants like ref equals some random ID or like a query parameter where it's you know affiliate equals and it's a string of
Mhm.
letters. I gave all the domains and or which businesses those were, and then like how the query parameters identify to ChatGPT and said, build me like plain JavaScript and HTML app that does this. And it did it in less than a minute, and it works perfect, and it's still working for him. And I just pasted that code into the website thing, and it just
Mhm.
works. And
Awesome.
so
Yeah.
I would have probably it probably would have taken like an hour. Really easy thing. You just see what the input was, map the domain to a query parameter, and then you're good. But like an hour versus 5 minutes is huge. And so,
Yeah. The
and it
amount of
was
stuff you can
probably,
get done.
yeah, I was able to do that. And yeah, the LLMs are very exciting. And then the other like AI stuff we're not seeing, like the context protocol stuff, like there's going to be a lot of things. UI-less software. I'm very excited about
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, there probably needs to be some focus on things that are not just LLM.
Yeah.
It gets more complicated, obviously. That's what everybody's focusing on right now. But the machine learning side of things, like that's still really relevant. LLMs are getting all the love right now, but I
Because
think,
they're easier to interface with.
yeah, and they're a commodity now too.
Yeah.
I can I can spend 15 cents and process 1 million tokens.
Yeah, it's huge. Well, anything else you wanna talk about that you're excited about? You wanna hit on or promote?
Really, just like everything that's going on in our company, like it's hard to know what we'll even do like in a few weeks. When Matt and I started, it was like, do we hire? We actually just looked at this yesterday. We said, do we hire 2 developers or 3 developers?
Yeah.
And it was like a big decision to make, and then it just kept going. So, and that was just in September. So I'm excited about the trajectory that we have. Whatever we end up at the end of the year, what we look like, I have no idea, but hopefully it's up.
Hopefully, yeah. I don't know where we're going, but I hope it's up.
Yeah.
I like I like that. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yep.
Uh, anything you want to promote? What's the BT Pro website?
Yep. btprosolutions.com. I think it's a great looking website. Kevin did a fantastic job
Hmm.
doing that. I think there's a game on the 404 page, so you can check that out. We just, as far as other little products too, we just launched something called We All Play. Kevin came up with this idea. This was a few months ago. It's just like a place where us parents, it's hard to find activities that our kids can go and do. So like as far as signing up for soccer, signing up for baseball, whatever. In some areas, it's just you have to go digging to try and find those resources. So we're trying to develop just a small app that's going to be for free that just kind of combine and consolidate all of those resources. We launched an initial version a couple weeks ago. It's pretty simple right now, but we're gonna add quite a bit to it. So check that out if you have some kids. Yeah, that's weallplay.io, I think is the domain.
Okay. Weallplay.io. Cool. What else you want to promote? You guys have anything else that's public right now that people may find interesting?
We did a few weeks ago launched a Tiny app, and I don't like making a big deal about this one because it's simple. So it's called autoincrement.io, and all the API does is return back something in a sequence, like the next number in a sequence. And you can do some customization about the numbers in the sequence, some formatting in the sequence, some min and max, whether it cycles back through. So it's a very, very simple idea, but we ran into some situations where we actually needed it. And this was in a HubSpot implementation. HubSpot doesn't have a way to have an incrementing number without doing some weird scripting and storing things in the HubDB. So I'm just like, can I just write a quick little app and do that? And then that was just kind of a practice for having a little app, implementing recurring payment in Stripe for it. So that's out there. It's a very specific use case for it. If you have a distributed system that can't do auto incrementing IDs atomically, and you, for some reason, need that because it's more human readable, you can use that API and get them.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't played with it yet. I read the docs and it's like, wow, this is very, very
It's really
specific.
simple, right?
Yeah.
But it's simple. It's like such a simple, dumb idea, but it only took like a couple evenings to get that
Mhm.
up and running. So it's not like we wasted a bunch of time on it.
Nice.
But that was just one thing that
Yeah.
I again, we had this problem. I said, why don't I just like build an app for that, turn it into a product, and it was just a test to see if it
Mhm.
would work.
Uh, yeah, that's that's fun. It's like
Yeah,
I love having a problem or an idea, and then like 2 days later, there's a thing out there on the internet
yeah,
that solves the problem. It's great.
yeah,
What about future products? Anything that you don't want to hold too tight to your chest that you want us to look out
yeah.
for?
Like the big one we're working on is it's an AI platform. I'm trying to think about what's all secret, what's not, but it's an AI platform, and the parts that I feel passionate about are enabling more enterprise developers to be able to build applications that have an AI component directly tied into it.
Mm,
That's not the whole thing. It's very agent focused, but I think within the next, hopefully by September, we certainly will have something out there. But if we're going to launch small and fast, hopefully then in the next 2 to 3 months, we'll be releasing some things.
awesome. All right.
Yeah,
So secret projects coming soon. Very exciting. All right.
yeah,
Well, cool. I'll cut us off here. I appreciate you coming on, man. It was good to talk to you.
yeah. It was great. Thank you very much.